So, collecting testimonials. How on earth do we do that? Because we know it's important. We live in a world where we're all more skeptical than we've ever been, and we want to see other people who've gone through that person's coaching program, gone through that course, gone through that membership, and had success before we want to get into it. And the same is true for your audience. We're more skeptical than ever. We don't know what to believe this year. We're like, what's real, what's not real? So we've got to be collecting testimonials. But the problem is, if you don't automate and systemize the way you collect your testimonials, you are not going to have anywhere near the amount of social proof you could be having. People ask me, how do I have this wall of testimonials for my products and services? It's because we have a systematic way. If I just left this down to chance, if I left it down to when I remember or when we run a testimonials campaign, then we wouldn't have anywhere near that. And we want to strike and get those testimonials when people are excited, when their emotions are highest, because that's when they give the best testimonials. So today I'm going to show you my entire systematic way of collecting testimonials the same way I have done it to build a multi-million-dollar business selling courses and coaching and services. Right, let's do that. Let's press the magic button and play the cool video.
The Email Marketing Show.
Welcome. By the way, I'm releasing a brand new video like this more than once a week now. I've just upped my game multiple times a week. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe so that when a new one of these videos releases, it pops up in your feed. And also, when you subscribe, it lets me know that you're enjoying this kind of content, and I'll keep making more of it. Also, I just got finished making this new course, this one right here. It's called Email Marketing Sorted. It's all about the 3 psychological principles that I used to turn one of my offers from $27,000 into over $500,000 in sales. It's amazing, right? And I want to give it to you for free. Just go to emailmarketingsorted.com or click the link in the description, and you can get the whole of Email Marketing Sorted completely for free. So let's get into this. So I'm going to bring up my handy-dandy, what is this called? iPad thing, and show you the whole process that we're going to go through. So before we get into this diagram, let me tell you the first thing you have to realize when you're going to build a testimonial machine, which is what this thing is here, you have to realize that you need to systemize the whole thing. Now, I am dyslexic and my handwriting is terrible, but that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to systemize the whole thing. The big question when it comes to testimonials is, when do you ask for them? As I mentioned just before, the big, really important thing is you have to do this when someone's got enough information that they can actually truthfully gloat about how good your program is. That's when you have to ask them. And there's a couple of ways of realizing that. So the first thing you can do, we'll call this A, because we've already done a number 1 over here. A is when they share something. So let's say you've got some kind of community. Maybe you've got a school group. We've got a free Facebook group called the Email Marketing Show Community, which I know a lot of you are members of. It's free, the Email Marketing Show Community. And we've got also a members group. So that's for people who are in my membership program. And whenever somebody comments in there, one of my assistant's jobs as the community manager is to look for people saying something cool, having a win, sharing some praise, and to literally see that post. So there's their post there with their lovely little face there, and their lovely first name and last name, and their lovely words. And their job, my assistant's job, every week when they're going in and managing the group, is to screenshot that post. They're going to do a bunch of things. First of all, they're going to screenshot it. The second thing they're going to do, and by the way, if you don't have an assistant, this could be you, because you're already in there adminning your groups, right? You're going to screenshot it right there and then. Don't think, oh, I'll grab that later. Do it right there and then. Screenshot it. That goes and saves it in a folder. Secondly, you're then going to ask the person's permission. Hey, thank you so much. I would love it if I could use this in my marketing. Is that okay with you? They reply, yes. Awesome. The last thing we're going to do is we are going to slightly edit it. And when I say edit it, all we're going to do is we're going to go into the post and we are going to cross out or blur out this person's last name. The only reason we do that is because we don't want this poor person who's having a great time with your program, who's been absolutely lovely and shared lovely thoughts about how great they thought you were, and we don't want them suddenly getting bombarded by potential customers, hundreds of them maybe, saying, hey, did you really enjoy Kennedy's course? Hey, did you really enjoy Kennedy's course? I don't want to put that onto them. So we leave their photo in because we want people to see it's a real person. We'll leave their first name in because it makes them human. And of course, we leave in all of the lovely words they said. We might redact anything that's not relevant or like doesn't make any sense or it's an additional point, that kind of thing. So that's the first thing, is when they share something. The second when is when they complete something. And that might be inside of your program. So, for example, we have a program called our Automated Email Engine. That's our main flagship program. And it has, as a major part of it, videos that walk everyone through the process, like a coaching program, but where you get to do it at your own pace. So it's got a series of videos. So let's imagine when somebody gets 30% of the way through your program, you could apply a tag into your CRM system that says, this person just got 30% of the way through. 30% of most programs is enough for someone to see, I can see how this works. All the pieces are coming together. I can see that I like it or don't like it. They get a real vibe for it. That's a good point because they're still in the midst of it. What you don't want to do is wait until someone's completed a course, because unfortunately, the data shows that less than 10% of people actually watch every single video, do every single task, and complete every single part of every single course. They just don't do it. Including me when I buy programs, right? I just bought a program last week and I was studying it. It was actually about YouTube stuff because I'm obviously working really hard on this stuff. And I haven't completed it, but I've got the bits that I need out of it. So don't wait until the person's completed the course. In fact, really good course creators and coaches are making their courses so that somebody can get more than their money's worth, get significant value and great results just by completing 30% of it, the first 30% of it. If you're not doing that, I highly recommend you do. You'll get better results for your clients. That's what we do, okay? So when they complete things, it might be that when they complete a certain module or they complete a certain task, right? It might be that for part of the program, they have to complete like a little a form where they submit some work or they submit their results, okay? Or they submit a test or a quiz. That's another way you could then tag your CRM system to, and when I say we're going to tag your CRM system, we're basically going to kick off the automated testimonial machine, which we're going to get into in a second, right? That's going to trigger that machine. The final option is when they actually get results. So if you've got a way of collecting people's results, so for example, let's say you taught YouTube, like some of our clients do, like they teach people how to grow on YouTube, you might be collecting their views. You might be collecting how many videos they've posted. If you teach social media, you might be collecting how many posts they've made. You might be collecting how many followers they're getting or how many views their reels are getting. So if you're collecting some kind of results, again, when they achieve those results, that's when you're going to apply the tag or whatever to trigger this automation that's going to send out, because that's the really important thing. Notice this is all systematic. Every time you're in the group and they share something, you're going to follow this process. And this bit here is an automated system, and so is this piece. Automated and automated when they complete certain things or they get results. The reason these things need to be systematic is if they're not, you are going to miss out on so much of that amazing social proof. So have a folder on your shared drive or somewhere that you can get access to with all of your screenshots of your testimonials. Have a place you're storing all of this information. So what is this automated machine? So let's say somebody's shared these nice things, they've achieved these things, they've completed something, they've got results. We now are going to trigger an automation. The automation is going to start off with an email, okay? And you're going to send a couple of these emails that go out and they basically say, hey, first name, I hope you're enjoying program name. So in my case, it's called Automated Email Engine. I'm collecting a little feedback. Here is a short questionnaire. Can't really spell questionnaire. Don't write survey. Never say survey. People don't want to fill out surveys, right? Because surveys sound like long, boring things. Ideally, if you know how many questions you're in your survey, so in my case, there are 8. A short 8-question questionnaire. So be specific there, so they know what's on the other side of the click. Because if they say it's a short survey, it sounds like it might be 32 questions. Let them know it's just 8 questions. Oh, and someone's reading that email, they're thinking, oh, I've got time to answer 8 questions real quick. Okay, it'll take, and give them an estimation. It'll take maybe 5 minutes max. It'll let me see how you're getting on. Notice I say see how you're getting on. I don't say how you've done, because another objection to filling out the survey, a bit of feedback like this, is going to be, oh, I haven't completed the course yet, or I haven't gone through all the coaching yet, or I've got lots more stuff to do inside the membership. So still, we want them to realize that's okay, because we know that most people don't actually make it all the way through. So we don't want that being an objection to them. Oh, I'll do it later when I have completed it. That will kill it. And then we're going to have a link. All right? What we're going to link to, I'm going to send basically a few reminders of this. The reminders are going to basically say, one of them's going to say, I'm closing up, basically like a launch, right? I'm closing up the survey. Well, actually, no, don't say, the questionnaire, the feedback. Tonight, could you make time? Could you make time to do it tonight before we close up? That would be great. So give them a reason to do it now. Okay. Then we're going to go into the questionnaire. Let me just change screen so you can see this a little easier. Take that one away. Hopefully, you'll be able to see this. There we go. There's a good one. So I've built this using Response Suite. I think it's the best survey building platform there is. In fact, I say that because biased. I built it, and I built it to be the best survey platform around. So that's what we're going for. So let's get into this very first question, and it says, let me just bring it on screen. There you go. Before joining, you see the psychology that's built into this, right? And this is how we're going to collect these testimonials. So I'm going to show you how you turn these into testimonials in a second, right? Before joining Automated Email Engine, how much were you enjoying your email marketing? And then they're going to rate it from 1 star to 5 stars, okay? Let's say they choose 5 stars. Hopefully they will, right? That'll be great. Why are we doing that? The reason we're doing this is not by accident. The psychology of this question is we want them to remember what it was like before they joined their program. It's very difficult for any of us to really appreciate what we've been through unless we can remember what it was like before. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to remind them, oh, how much were you enjoying it beforehand? Oh, not very much. Okay, so in this case, what we actually want is somebody not to say 5 stars. Beforehand, they were actually only enjoying it 1 star or 2 stars, something like that. Great. So we're basically saying, remember it was worse before. Because until someone has shown that gap, they find it very difficult to really emote and clearly see just how great your program is. And I'm going to assume it's great. Next, we're going to ask them to tick or check all the things that they were looking for help with when they joined the program. So this is for my automated email engine. And here what you're going to do is you're going to list out between 6 and 8 different benefits that are within your program to bring those benefits back up to the surface so they can go, oh yeah, I do get that. Oh yeah, I did get that. That is in the program. That's really good. Because when someone's so busy doing, that's when they forget how good something is. Okay? So that's what we're going to say here. We're going to say, okay, what are the things? So what were you looking for? I was looking for ideas to write in my emails. They're going to check that. That makes them go, oh yeah, that's in the program, isn't it? The reason we're going to do this, we're going to remind them of all the cool stuff that's in the program. that they're now currently taking for granted, so that later when we ask them how good they think the program is, they're going to be like, oh, it's really good because it gave me all the things. It actually gives me all the things that I want. And what's really nice is this also reduces refunds. It also increases their chance of buying more stuff from you in the future. Just think about that for a second, right? When someone realizes how good the thing they already bought from you is, they are more likely to buy stuff from the future, buy more stuff in the future, buy your next program, join your membership, join that other course, upgrade to a mastermind or something like that. The one reason people don't do that is because they can't remember the great feeling and the great results they got from the previous thing they just bought from you. All right. So just a good little aside. Okay, back to this. So we're going to list them all out. And what we're looking for: making more sales from our email marketing, getting more people opening your emails, frameworks that sound like you, not another template, how to talk about your offer in new ways, getting the balance between selling and restoring goodwill with your subscribers, having a complete system designed to take subscribers on a journey that converts, and automating the sales in your business. They go through those and they go, yeah, these are some of the things. And they might not have wanted all those things, but at least they're being reminded that they're the things that you have achieved in your program. Obviously, you're going to make these things about your program. I've made this about Automate Email Engine. That's the point of the second question. The point of question number 3 is to ask them, how do they feel about these different particular statements? So I've asked them to just check, and notice these questions are really easy to answer. They're quick to answer. There's not much typing. In fact, I think there's only one, maybe 2, but I think there's 1 typing question in the entire survey, because I want to make it easy and fast for people to be clicking, not thinking. Think about that. Think about it as clicking, not thinking, because when they're typing, they're having to really engage their brain too much. I want this to be like reflex reaction. So they're going to either answer not applicable, agree, or disagree to each of these statements, okay? Oh, I've just messed everything up. There we go. All right. Let's just try and remove some of those circles. There we go. All right. So, the style of the lessons is enjoyable to watch and learn from. So hopefully they're going to think, oh, that's really good. Notice how emotional these are. Not just like, I made $1 gazillion, or I'm now, if you're a singing teacher, I've now performed at the Royal Albert Hall or whatever, right? The content is actionable. You're going to literally just list the things you know are true about your program. I'm thinking about my email marketing differently than before. I can see or imagine myself getting results from this. Notice that is not, I have got a result. Because we don't know how much someone has actioned. And we don't know how good they are at actioning a thing, right? I enjoy Kennedy's teaching style. Oh, yeah, I do. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they don't. Maybe they think I'm horrendous, right? The AI elements really speed everything up. So we're talking about speed in this one. This is enjoyment. This is, I can see myself getting results. This is speed here. The content I'm creating sounds like me and my brand. A big objection we have is, in general, in email marketing, most people are selling templates, which means they don't sound anything like you, which is just the worst. Our program is designed to overcome that because no one wants that, right? They don't want more, excuse me, they don't want more AI slop. Oh, excuse me about my little cough there. Right. I have had comments on how much better my emails are. So this is like the social ego being played, right? And this makes more sales than what I was doing before. And again, they might not have set it live, so they might say no. So we're again reminding them of the benefit of all this stuff. And then we're going to ask them, is the program good value for money? Not at all. Yes. It's worth double. It's worth 10x. When they start committing to one of these, and notice we only give them one none at all, because how much more than no do you want, really, right? When they do that, the testimonial quality you're going to get later is going to be so much better, because they're now thinking, God, yes, it is worth 10x, or it is worth double, or it really is worth it. It's really, really brilliant. 1, you are going to get a better testimonial. And 2, they are going to feel better about about the purchase they made from you. Think about that. We want people to always feel great about what they've bought from us. So help them to realize how good they feel about it. And this is a great way of doing that, okay? Next, we've got 2 righty questions. I thought that might be 1 or 2. One is, what is the best or most valuable thing from the program for you? This gets them typing, because now at this point, after we've had them just easily clicking and starting to process, they're now getting excited. So we're going to put a writing question later on in the survey. Really good tip for when you're doing surveys. Get lots of clicking first, get them warmed up almost, and now they're ready to actually start writing. And they're going to tell you what the most valuable thing for them is. This is going to help them bring that to the surface about how valuable it is, but also it really helps you with your program and go, oh, this is the thing that everybody loves. So never remove that, never change it. That's the thing that we should do nothing on. And then you're going to ask, what's one thing we could improve to make it even better? The reason we're doing that, honestly, is for balance. It makes me feel very uncomfortable if we don't ask for some feedback as well, and we can look at what is going to be the balance here. We want them to feel like we're being fair. And then we've got 2 more questions. These are just rating scales, right? Overall, how would you rate the program? And we've got this between poor and outstanding is my wording I like to use for it, between poor and outstanding, okay? And they just click one of these things. And that's going to be really important in a second. And then the second sort of these questions, then the final question of the whole survey is, how likely are you to recommend this? And again, hopefully, because of what they've just gone through and they've been able to remember. The reason that most people give less than great feedback is generally because they can't remember just how good the stuff was. So we've helped bring that to the surface. And of course, if there was nothing good to bring to the surface, they would have said, no, not at all. So it's really not misleading at all. It's really important we're not misleading here. And again, they're going to score you. Let's just say it was 9 out of 10 or something like that. And then they're going to hit submit. Here's when the magic happens. Because what's going to happen now is one of 2 things. And again, I love this because you can just do this in Response Suite. It does it for you if you build your survey and that, and you can get a free account and build your own free survey. You just literally use the link that I put in below this. If they give a low score, and I'm counting anything less than 7, right? I'm going to take them to a page that just says, thank you. Really appreciate it. And then I'm going to go look at their feedback, and that's going to go into my little segment of people I'm going to just take a look into, maybe reach out and see if we can help them some more, see if they had some difficulty, see if there's anything we can do some customer service and really help people. But most of the time, most people are going to be like, this was great, right? If they got 7+ in those things, we're going to send them to a page, and that page is going to have, thank you, one more thing, like Columbo, right? And a video. And on that video, I'm going to be saying, this is awesome. I would really appreciate it if you would give me a video testimonial. And some people will. And you're going to make it easy for them to do that, okay? Now, there's a few different ways of doing this, but if you can find like a tool, like you can basically say, here's a link to Loom to do this. That's the best way generally. They can basically make a Loom video and then just send you the link. And you can say, here's the outline of a really good video testimonial. And you can give them a written outline below the video. That's what's really powerful here. Give them the written outline. The reason people don't give you video testimonials is because they don't know how to start. And they don't know what should be included and what they shouldn't include. So the outline is really, really simple. It's 1, hi, I'm, and then they basically introduce themselves. You want their location and something specific about them. So in my case, I would want what their business is or something like that, or whatever it's going to be. The second thing that's going to be in that framework is I was struggling. Okay, I was struggling. I have tried. Right? And then why they joined. I joined the automated email engine because I was trying to, blah, 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 blah. I thought it was really important to, da, 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 da. I love it because, da, 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 da. And if you're thinking about it, I'd say blah, blah, blah. 5 points. If they hit those 5 points, you are absolutely golden. You can also ask them, if you have a specific story of something that happened as a result of what you've implemented from the program, also tell the story included in that. That is the process, right? What's really cool is only the people who scored highly are being asked to give the testimonial. You're filtering out anybody who needs some customer service help, okay? By doing this, you end up with really high quality testimonials because they are primed using a psychologically stacked survey. Without the survey, the people can't remember all the benefits and all the cool stuff inside your program because they're busy doing everything else. So that's why we're going to put that survey in the way, because it allows you to indirectly remind people and then of all the benefits, of all the transformation, of all the great stuff that was inside of your program. Now, here's one final trick that we use when we do this, is we will send another email, right? And what we've done is, you see here inside of the survey, we've asked them what's the most valuable thing, okay? And what we do, when a contact completes this survey, we save that in a custom field against their name. So let's say Mary Smith fills out the survey because she's been in the program, she's gone through the automation. We then say, she fills out the survey, we have a custom field, just like the name field, the address field, all the different things you can collect about your customers and put them into these things called custom fields in your email platform. We use Go High Level. And we put a custom field called Most Valuable Thing. So Automated Email Engine, AEE, Most Valuable Thing. And we save this field, whatever they write in here, we save that into that box. And then we also save all the things they say that they agreed with from here. Because that allows us to do the most advanced thing. And this is pretty advanced. It's not for everyone, okay? We then send them an email that says, hey, first name, thanks for the feedback. Thanks for the feedback. It's great to hear that, and then we're going to insert the ones they said yes to, that you're enjoying, that you're finding and then you are going to mail merge in that custom field with all of these things they said were true, to remind them right there in the email. And then I'm going to say, and it's great to read your most valuable thing in your words is, and then we're going to insert that custom field using their own words. All happening automatically. All hands off while you're delivering programs, helping clients, growing your business, having a holiday with your family, whatever else you happen to be doing another webinar, whatever, doing coaching. I would love, and then a video testimonial, and then you ask them for that, tell them how to do it, Loom video, here's the structure, send them back to this page, which gives them the context again as the follow-up. Using their words that they've typed and the things they've selected in this survey in custom fields and putting it into your emails to remind them what they said allows you to resurface those thoughts and commitments they made in that survey, and allows you to represent them back in their emails to remind them of them all, makes it easier for them to emote and again to give you these great testimonials. The number one reason people don't give testimonials is they don't know what to say. They feel like, I can't remember all the details. Was it this thing? Was it that thing? This survey brings all of the facts back up to the surface so they can feel confident in giving a testimonial, and then you give them the structure to give the testimonial. And then once you've got that testimonial, you're going to take the video testimonial and you are going to thank them for it, and you are going to transcribe it, and you are going to grab text from it. You're going to use the text version of it. You might use the audio version for it in like a podcast or something. And you might use the actual video of it on sales pages. The video testimonial is the most powerful thing because you can repurpose it as video, audio, and written. Now, there is a point at which some people, maybe 30% of people, are going to be like, I don't want to do a video. I don't want to do a video testimonial. That is fine. Because some people don't like to be on video. They don't like how they look on video. They don't feel confident. They don't feel like they've got a good environment or whatever. It might be that your niche isn't really suitable. Excuse me, still got this cough. Isn't really suitable for video. That's cool. What you do at that point is, after you've asked for the video testimonial, you show up a few days later and say, hey, you don't have to give me a video testimonial. If you could write back with a testimonial using this format, that would be great. I would take your words. Think of the written testimonial as like the downsell after you've done a good job of following up on the video testimonial. So I hope you've got that really clear in your mind. Now, of course, the thing that we do have to do is make sure you've got something to say in your emails every single time. People really struggle with this. So I came up with a random story generator that you can use in your emails to come up with a different story for your emails every single time. It's really, really cool. Give it a try. It's just click on this video right here and try out my random story generator for your emails. And I'll see you in the next one.